Hi, it's Alaska Granny. I thought it was going to be a wonderful day. Moose grazing in the yard. A wonderful serving of fresh salmon. There's some troubling news if you live in the Pacific Northwest. Fred Meyer's warehouse workers and truckers are going on strike beginning on Sunday. They will not be delivering supplies in the Pacific Northwest. If you live in Oregon, Washington, Idaho, Alaska, and Fred Meyer's is a store near you, then you could be in for some troubling times. Fred Meyer's is a part of Kroger, if you're not familiar with it. I decided it was time to make a quick dash to the store to top off my prepper pantry and make sure that I have things on hand. And boy, was I surprised when I saw how limited the supplies were throughout the store. Food is already in short supply in the store. There are empty shelves, aisles of food that are practically empty, or only the front of the shelf has any food on it. The variety of food is becoming limited simply because manufacturers stopped producing all of the varieties of foods that we used to be able to get before this pandemic hit. Then prices are just going up. It's just a fact. I took some pictures throughout the store just to show you what is going on and what the prices are. I found it to be alarming how many shelves were empty. What did I buy to top off my prepper pantry? I started with some hominy. I have a few recipes that I use hominy, and so I picked up a few of those. If you're not familiar with hominy, it's like a field corn that it's been treated. It's different from regular corn, and so it's crunchier, and it adds a different texture to some of your meals. I bought some canned beans, a 3-bean blend. If you want to make some of your recipes and you don't want to open up lots of cans, you can open up one can and still get a variety. I did pick up several cans of soup. The soup has been very disappointing lately because it mostly seems to be vegetables, noodles, rice, broth. They don't have a lot of varieties with meat or even very much flavor anymore. I did pick up a few cans of different kinds of beef with vegetables. These can be good. You can serve them over a package of instant mashed potatoes, even over some rice or some noodles to help make a fuller meal. It's been very hard to find diced tomatoes, so I picked up a few cans of those. I've been looking for barley and couldn't find it at all, so I was glad to find this little box of barley. Barley is great to have in your prepper pantry. It's a different kind of grain, and it even has directions on the package of how you could cook it and freeze it if you wanted to, but I don't know why you would need to. It's simple to cook. It's basically like cooking rice. It only takes about 10 minutes. The price of laundry detergent is just going up like gangbusters. When I saw these for $2.39, I bought a few to put into my stockpile. It may not be my favorite detergent, but it certainly works, and there is a limited supply, and the prices on the detergent that is available was, I thought, really astronomically increased. I was surprised at how few crackers there were, and the variety was limited. So when I found my favorite Triscuits, I love this avocado lime cilantro. They only had 3 boxes, so into my cart they went. I normally don't buy gigantic cans of beans, but this was only 99 cents. And when you look at the price of all of the other foods, this was a bargain. Maybe you have a large family and huge packages of food work for you, but the problem is once you open this, you need to use it all up. It isn't going to last. Try to buy food in package sizes that you're likely to be able to use. I'm going to have a bunch of people over to finish eating all this up, and that's been difficult during the pandemic. We're not supposed to have people over. We're not supposed to have gatherings, and so this might be in my pantry for a while. It's always nice to have peanut butter on hand. I have a crunchy and a smooth. And yes, canning jars. This box of canning jars made it straight away into my cart. Canning jars have become very expensive and very difficult to find. If you need these types of things, grab them when you see them. We can't always get things the cheapest. We need to stock up on the supplies that we actually need. If you see canning supplies and it's something you use, get them. They're great not only for canning your vegetables and your meats, but you can also use them to store your dried foods. COVID cases are on the rise, and they're shutting things down again in places like California and Nevada. So disinfecting wipes were available. Some of them were outrageously expensive, but these weren't too bad, so I picked them up. They had bleach in the store, but it's really gone up in price. If you want to stock up on bleach for water purification, know that it doesn't last forever. You need to rotate it probably at least once a year. And make sure you get an unscented bleach, and don't get one that has anything like Splashless, Splash Guard, because that has other chemicals in it that don't belong in your drinking water. I was shocked to see how few cereals were in stock. I'm a big fan of oatmeal, so I stocked up and bought another package of oatmeal. To help keep things clean, I bought a few extra washcloths for the kitchen, and the best surprise of all was this find from the camping department. I found a giant mattress pad that's designed for like going camping in your camper or on your cot at hunting camp, and I'm putting this out on the upper bunk in granny camp. It has just a little thin pad up there now, and this is going to certainly make it more comfortable whenever I have guests staying over in granny camp. I have a pretty good mattress on my lower bunk where I sleep, and this one's going to go on the top. It's pretty big. You can see it's going to be extra nice and thick. And it was only like $25, so if you're ever looking for something like this, this is the time of year to get it. So those are the things that I chose to buy when I went to Fred Meyer's today. Nobody knows what's coming, but certainly things are in shorter supply, and we have the grim news that it could get worse. So if you still need things to top off your prepper pantry stockpile, make sure that you're getting those items. They had almost no rice and beans, and so the old standby prepper food might be a little hard to get these days, but you can still get plenty of canned foods. You just need to keep shopping around, find the foods that your family's willing to eat, and stock up on those. If you see something you think you might like and you're not sure, buy one, take it home, and try it. And if you like it, go back and get more. Get the foods you need while things are still readily available, because we just don't know what the future holds, and we want to make the best of every single day. If you enjoyed my video, I hope you'll share it with someone else you think might like it. Please subscribe to the Alaska Granny channel.